So what is up, everybody? It is Rodak with Rodak Survival, here to talk about Oakland Supercross, from news to giving my top 5 for the 250 and 450 class. And just real quick before we jump into it, I'm sorry that I missed an upload for you guys yesterday. I'm trying to grind it out, but I actually tested positive for the bad C word that you don't say on YouTube. I actually got my test back today and it was positive, so I'm feeling pretty sick, pretty under the weather, but I'm still on the grind for you guys, and I hope you guys appreciate that. Let's get into talking about Oakland Supercross. So for the 250 class, just off the jump, for just the news sake, Jalek Swoll will not be in the race this weekend. He had that really nasty crash in Anaheim 1, as we all saw, so he won't be back. They didn't say he would be out the whole season, but he's not going to be back in Oakland, so there's a little bit of news there. Jalek Swoll out for Oakland. Now, when it comes to the racing side of things, I think Christian, he didn't have it easy last week. That was a hard-fought win for him, but I do feel like two of the other people that could be potentially front runners, actually 3 of them, they all ended up having mistakes, whether that be Lawrence with a bad start, Mosiman with the early mistake, and Shimoda running into the gate on the start, just putting him back there behind the 8 ball. So I do feel like now that those first race jitters and everything are out of the way, I do feel like at least one of those guys will have a better weekend and be able to challenge Craig for that win. So I'll go ahead real quick and give you guys my top 5. So for this week, my picks are Seth Hammaker in 5th, you got Joe Shimoda in 4th, you got Michael Mosiman in 3rd, you got Christian Craig in 2nd, and you got Hunter Lawrence in 1st. Now, Hammaker at 5th, he was able to show some consistency this past weekend, but I just don't fully trust that the raw speed is there. Shimoda, it's kind of the same instance. We didn't get a really big sample size last weekend. They didn't really get the TV coverage on him a lot. We know he can come to the pack. We know he's one of the top guys, but is that raw speed there that Craig and Lawrence and Mosiman have? I guess we'll find out, but I have him, like I said, in 4th. As far as Mosiman, we all know he's fast. It's just all about staying consistent. I think he gets it done this weekend and lands on the 3rd step of the podium. Now, typically for me, it's really hard to put a previous week winner in 2nd place because it's kind of like a prove it till you lose it kind of thing, but I do think Lawrence has the raw speed to run with Craig, and I think this is going to be a big redemption weekend for him, so I think he's going to come out firing. We do know that Craig took him out, and so maybe Hunter's looking for some redemption there, but I do think Hunter's coming in 1st this weekend, and Christian is going to get a 2nd, and I do think that these guys are going to go back and forth. I really do believe that, and I think if these guys can stay healthy and consistent throughout the season, I do think that it's going to come down to the last race between Lawrence and Craig. Now let's go ahead and hop over to the 450 class. Now, just from some quick news from the 450 class, Justin Brayton is going to be out this weekend due to a positive you-know-what test. Like I said, it's not a good word to say on YouTube, but I feel for Brayton. I mean, I understand legitimately what he's going through. I'm going through it right now as we speak, so I hope it's not too bad on him and that he gets back and gets healthy pretty quick. Now, to give you guys my top 5 rundown, I have Malcolm Stewart coming in 5th, I have Eli Tomac coming 4th, I have Jason Anderson in 3rd, Ken Roxon in 2nd, and I believe Chase Sexton is going to get his first win this weekend. So to kind of explain why I made those picks, I have Stewart in 5th. We all saw him fired up with Marv at the end of that last race. I think he could come out swinging. It could go one of 2 ways. You try too hard and you end up messing up because you're trying to get redemption so much, or you try so hard and it's just right on that line to where you just have one of the best rides of your life. I'm hoping that it comes together for him, and I have him in 5th place this weekend. Now in 4th, I have Eli Tomac, which is hard for me to say because I am an Eli Tomac fan, but from what I saw in that first round, I don't know if it was just jitters or they had to do a bunch of different changes to the bike, but it just did not look like he was riding how we know Eli Tomac can ride it. Like I said, it could be the bike, it could be getting used to that new team, but I just can't feel confident enough to put him in that top 3 yet, just because of how he was last week, and that's a quick turnaround to be able to just, win a race or be in that top 3. But also at the same time, we've seen Eli get 10th and then blow everybody away about 20 seconds the weekend after. So it's really up in the air with Eli. Now, I also had Anderson for my 3rd place spot last week, and I think this is just some wishful thinking for me because he was running that podium spot until Barsha and him rubbed a little paint. So I do think he has the potential to run up there. He looked really good on that Kawasaki. So with no other reason than that, I have Jason Anderson in 3rd. And it's almost kind of the exact same scenario as the 250s. I have Roxon in 2nd, and like I said, I usually don't want to go against somebody if they put on a dominating win of that nature, but Last week, I feel like Chase was faster. I feel like if Chase would have got out in that lead and just ran smooth and consistent, I think he would have been ahead of Roczen by 7 to 10 seconds. So it's not that I don't believe in Roczen and I don't think he can go out and win again, because he is consistent. But I do believe Chase has really lit a fire under himself. But it's also like Malcolm, where is he gonna try too hard and make a mistake again, or is he gonna try just on that line hard enough to where he is going to take that step and get his first 450 win? I do think he finally gets the monkey off of his back this weekend, so that's why I have Roczen coming second, because I can't count him out too much with a pretty dominant win that he put on in A1. So I have Roczen in second, and I have Chase getting his first 450 Supercross win ever. I do think he's going to get it done this weekend, and that is my 250 and 450 predictions. I do want to hear your guys' predictions down below. Drop them in the comments, who you think is going to be in your top 5 or top 3 on the 250 and 450 class. Also, guys, if you like this video, I really appreciate it if you could drop a like. I'm going to be here all season. As you guys can already see, I am hacking up a lung over here and super sick, but still going to pump out these videos for you guys. So if you support that and you support the grind, if you could please subscribe, that would also help out a ton. And I will see you guys in the post-race recap after tomorrow night's race. Peace.